They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution.
Hey guys, it's a girl Cindy. Welcome back again to another video. How are you all doing? I trust you guys are having a good time today. If you are new here, hi. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. In today's video, I want to take you to the Chinese side of TikTok. A whole lot is happening over there. They are dragging JD Vance for calling the Chinese people peasants. So I know that you all have seen the clip because it is going viral and even Americans are reacting to the comment from JD Vance. On your screen right here is a screenshot. It says, in his words, and I quote, "We borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things that Chinese peasants manufacture." Now, this is the reason why Chinese people are dragging JD Vance on TikTok. Like they are making a whole lot of videos. I came across a video from a Chinese guy who is literally calling out, MAGA. I'm going to bring you out those videos so we all can see those videos together. But today, I just want us to see the reactions from, the Chinese people, what they are saying. Stay with me, guys, because I would love to know what you all think in the comments. I do not think that word that he used, I don't think it is nice.
Mr. Vance, you called Chinese people peasants. Let me tell you what that word means to us. In China, a peasant is someone who works the land with their hands, feeds a family through hard work, and lives with values like honesty, loyalty, and kindness. Maybe we didn't have a chance to go to top schools, but don't confuse lack of opportunity with lack of intelligence. Because when we do get the chance, we become the ones building your AI chips in Silicon Valley, leading global tech companies and pushing the edge of innovation. While you are busy labeling us, we are busy building high-speed trains, world-leading 5G networks, and space programs that make headlines around the world. You used an outdated word with an outdated mindset to describe a country you clearly don't understand. And here's the twist. The peasants you mock, they are also one of your biggest creditors. China holds a big chunk of US debt, so yeah, the peasants you took down too, you actually owe them. So the next time before you speak, ask yourself this. What kind of leader mocks people for being hardworking and honest? Isn't that more of a reflection on you than on them? In our culture, peasant means roots, the strong roots that hold up a nation reaching for the stars.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap labors. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, and mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave property made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs feed your lies while they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
Guys, the peasants have responded in kind with an instant tax refund policy for foreign travelers. Is China treating us better than our own country? When you shop in China, you're going to get 13% back instantly at approved stores. So let's say you buy something for $100, you're going to pay $87, which is a 13% savings, or $13 savings in this particular example. Now keep in mind, that same $100 shirt is going to be more than $100 in the US because of tariffs. In addition, China is offering 240 hours of free visa entry, which is 10 whole days. And apparently, a phone call request from the US has been rejected. I guess this is what happens when you deal with peasants.
What is the problem of this JD Vance who called us Chinese peasants? Oh my god, he's the vice president of the United States. And no offense, my American friends, if I were you guys, if I were American citizen, I feel ashamed. I feel sorry that he can speak for you. And to this JD Vance, if you are lack of knowledge, if you know nothing about China, I recommend you a book which called 中国上下5000年, including 5,000 years history of China. We have 1.4 billion people have the same ancestors, same value, and same civilization. We survived 5,000 years and you are in the kindergarten. No, even kindergarten's children speaks way politer than him. I assume he's being just jealous because we have affordable eggs, we have affordable food, we have the most advanced manufacturing chain here in China. And yes, we inherit the genes to be peasants until this day. See? The most organic, not poisoned veggies in our garden. And we grow whatever we want to eat. Eggplants, zucchinis, tomatoes, cucumber, whatever we want to eat. And we have the freedom to do it. And we don't give you a care.
Hi everyone, I'm an American peasant. I am living in Silicon Valley and I go around the neighborhood knocking at their door and I ask them, your front yard is full of weeds. Can I help you to clean this and grow some vegetable? And I have my yard, you can see my TikTok, and I have tons of vegetable growing. So I am an American peasant, but I'm educated in China. I have Master of Business Administration. I am a certified public accountant in China and in US. When foreign investors came to China to invest, I was the first group of certified public accountant to audit the company's financial statements for the foreign investors to have safe investment. I am a peasant. I was educated in China, and I love grow vegetables, but I didn't get a chance to grow in China because China had all the factories. China had all the subways and the magnetic elevated trains from the Pudong airport to the downtown of Pudong. So the farm in Shanghai is not producing crops, they are producing chips. So I couldn't do a farmer in Shanghai. I had to come to California to become a peasant. I am an American peasant. Believe me, I really enjoyed being a peasant because this kept me young, this kept me energetic. I don't see what's wrong with it. So I am an American peasant and I love it.
Wait, did he just call me a peasant? It doesn't matter. Did he just say they use our money to buy our products? I'm gonna have to quote your exact word, Mr. Vice President. Have you said thank you once?
Have you said thank you once?
In China, they're actually referred to as migrants rather than working class people or peasants. But you've got to understand the way China works to know what Chinese people mean when they say migrant. They're basically people who have migrated across China, because if you think about China, is like the size of Europe. So if you come from a different region, it's like coming from a different country. Much like you might argue the migrants in the West that are often reviled by the people who make up the nationals of whatever country they're in. And they have less rights than locals. They often live in dormitories, so they don't have proper housing. And because they migrate to these cities to work,
manufacture.
Well, just so I understand that clearly. So if you want something from us, but you don't have any money, so you need to borrow money from us to buy things from us, and we are the peasants, then like, what are you? Useless? I want to talk about how incredible us peasants are in China or from China. And to be fair, I don't live in China anymore. I live in the United States, which gives me a very interesting perspective on all of this that's been going on. And I want to talk about like the things I went through, and as an example to show you like the peasants, this is how the peasants lived and how the peasants grew. I was born in 1990 in a very small town in China. I was born and raised there. I moved to the States in 2007. So basically, you know, majority of my teenage years were in China. And back then, China was a very much developing country. We were definitely behind the developed countries. And it was definitely not what it is today. Resources were not readily available. And I think for the people who grew up in a developed country, you would appreciate the things I'm about to say, because I experienced all of that change within my short life. I feel like I experienced a condensed version of what you probably experienced in the 50s, 60s, all the way up to today. So growing up, I remember living in homes that had no indoor bathroom on the countryside. We had buckets where if I needed to pee in the middle of the night, I would use that, and then you would empty it like the next day. I also lived in homes where we had indoor bathrooms but no indoor showers, so we would go to a public bathhouse to bathe and shower, and I would wash my hair and wipe my body in the meantime at home. To now, obviously we have everything now, and now public bathhouse is kind of a fun experience for people to go for entertainment. And from a car transportation perspective, cars were not readily available when I was growing up. People were commuting by public transportation, bus, and bikes, and then people start to getting cars as individual household. What else? And to today, we have the most advanced electric vehicle in the world. Most of the buses in major cities in China are operated by electricity, which is why the cities are so quiet. And we have electric cars that's really affordable, that can drive like a boat in water, can jump on the ground. Tesla can never. And from a technology perspective, obviously growing up, I didn't have a computer. I think I had my first computer at home probably when I was in middle school. I don't remember what age I was, but it was a big cubicle looking computer. And I remember learning about floppy disks, where we had to save things in there. That was in my IT class at school. And then from an entertainment perspective, obviously at the beginning we had nothing, just the television. And then I remember having these discs. I don't even know what they're called, but they are the size of a vinyl disc, but you put it in a machine that's similar to a DVD, where you have audio and video. Then we had DVD, then we had CDs, And I don't remember if I had CD before the cassette tapes, but we also had cassette tapes. I remember when I was in, this is probably elementary school, I would go to audio stores and I would buy cassette tapes, because at one point I got this like Walkman equivalent thingy where I can listen to music with cassette tapes. And then I had MP3s where I felt I was so cool. I was downloading all these musics and listening to music on my way to school. And then from a phone communication perspective, growing up, there was no telephone. I had to go to a convenience store to use the telephone. And then everybody had a telephone, like land phones at home. And then people started having like pagers, the old school pagers. I remember having to go to a convenience store to like page my parents if I needed something from them in the middle of the day. And then I remember buying a tiny mini pager. Like, it was so cute when I was in middle school, and I thought I was so cool. Then we had cell phones, you know, old school brick phone, and then you know, the flip phones, to now obviously we have iPods, you know, iPhone, smartphone, all of that. There are villages in China that went through like having no phone to a smartphone. They skipped everything in between, just from having no phone to having smartphones. There's like villages that went from having no street light to now having street lights being installed in a matter of days, because they're all like solar powered. You don't need to lay electricity lines. Now when you go out, you don't need to carry a wallet. We kind of skipped credit cards, you know. I remember growing up just spending cash, and you have to carry a lot of cash everywhere you go, because that was the only way to pay. And maybe they went through a time using cards and that wasn't there, but now you don't do anything. You just pay with your phone. You can pay with your face. You can pay with your palm print. All of that happened within 3 decades, which is crazy if you think about it. And all of that could happen because we, as a nation and as a group of community of people, we are incredibly resilient. We're focused, we're educated, we're intelligent, and we're wise. We went through thousands of years of history and went through a century of humiliation because other countries wanted a piece of us and attacked us at our weakest. We know that we will never go back to those days, and we have to be strong in order to stand up for ourselves. So as a nation, as a community, we were very focused and we know what our goals are. So yeah, I mean, call us for what you want. You can't deny the amount of growth that China has went through in a very short amount of time. That is all because of the people. That is a testament to how strong and incredible this group of people are. We have like state-of-the-art almost everything now. We have state-of-the-art infrastructure in cities, technology, in manufacturing, in education. You can call us peasants, but I know that deep down at night, under your covers, you wish to be us. You wish to be like us. Good luck in life.
Now, not only that the word or his comment offended Chinese people, it also offended Americans. Just very few of them who are MAGA supporters, like MAGAs, okay? Some of them came in the comment section, coming for these Chinese people that are making these videos, responding to JD Vance. Now, on your screen are some of these comments. Like I said, you can pause to read, but have a look at this comment right here. So this comment says, the peasants you talk down to, you actually owe them. The second comment says, I'm a peasant in the US. I am so embarrassed by the comments from Vance. The fourth comment says, JD Vance uses eyeliner made in China. The other comment says, don't confuse lack of opportunity with lack of intelligence. Now, this comment says, thank you, American people, for your kindness. You don't necessarily need to apologize for JD. We know that JD is the only one who should apologize, not American people. American people is great people. America is definitely a great country. China is also a great country. Chinese people are definitely great people as well. We, the people, should be friends with each other. We share more common than our differences. Fundamentally, we are all human beings. We shouldn't let few politicians divide us or manipulate us. Most of us just want peace and simple, better life. Let politicians fight. Let us shake hands. Love American people from an ordinary people in China. Again, thank you, American people, for your kindness. And we received it and felt it. Thank you. So definitely this is coming from a Chinese person. I just thought to make this video because it is still going viral and people are still making videos, in reaction to the comment J.D. Vance made. And of course, I'm going to bring your reaction, videos from Americans reacting to the comments from J.D. Vance. I just want to know, what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think that was okay? Because he said they borrow money. Now, someone said in the comment section, you are literally calling the people that you borrowed money from peasants. Like, make it make sense. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another one. I'm going to see you all in my next video. You all have a lovely day. Bye.